Hi, hello, welcome back. So, I look like this one aunt who wakes up earlier than everybody, day after Christmas. I think it's just because of this. And it's called Ish. I'm just thinking if there's any other disclaimer. Just one card at a time, please. So this is going to be the video for my group number 2. This is your central card, and the question that is ruling this video series in particular is how can you just move on? So the quick disclaimer that I shared for group number 1, just one card at a time, please, is about situations that seem to last forever. Of course, I'm talking about negative situations that are letting you feel fed up, just bored and annoyed, because even negativity can annoy you at some point, or toxicity especially. A lot of people entertain toxicity because they kind of don't know how to have fun with it, but then once you start becoming conscious and leaning into your true sense of pleasure, you start realizing, like, okay, what's the point, of putting myself through this type of experience? What's the point of either hurting myself or hurting others for the sake of it? Just one card at a time, please. It is what it is. And so especially if it's something repetitive, it's always the same, it's all, nothing changes. It can be useful to check in with spirit and see what you can do to break the cycle, to take control. I have it here. I'm going to pull out something out of this, but sometimes it's interesting what comes out spontaneously. Okay, you have someone who is an inflated asshole in your life. This person thinks that they know a lot and they don't. This person is very, very skilled when it comes to splurging and using resources in a wrong way. I'm also seeing that this person has a distorted view around like where to look in order to determine if somebody else's money is for them or not. And I'm not saying this in a sense where this person is necessarily a thief, but this person looks at the pockets of people around them and they make their calculations. Okay, in Italian we have a saying, to make your calculations without without the main person of the house. And this is the thing, like, they see people around them as objects with a wallet. And this means that, of course, this person is a user and this person feels like they are cold-hearted and they're just using everyone and they're outsmarting everyone. But at the same time, this person cannot see other people. So of course, it's easier to reduce people around them as a potential wallet that they can use for extraction. But this also means that they have no idea about what are the true needs. So when it comes to crafting an offer, this person kind of has to pull tricks out of their ass, and it's usually last minute, okay? Like they rest in the confidence. I see this person self-isolating a lot, sitting in the dark. Like, it's funny because I was reading an article just the other day that disclosed to me something very interesting. I had no idea about this. Narcissists like to sit in the dark. And I really wouldn't have made the connection because it can be actually therapeutic to sit in the dark. But I guess that in this case, it's the type of person that could undergo infinite numbers of healing retreats. And at the end of the day, they're still more attached to their shortcomings than their attachment to their shortcoming is stronger than whatever type of attachment they could have with other people. And I see now how there's a lot of people looking in a certain direction. They absolutely want to look the other way. Wait, I need my snacks. Okay, I momentarily switched and flipped the camera, but we're back. So, basically, there are a lot of things that this person is doing in order to, enhance their advantage on certain situations that are actually being detrimental to them. And you might not see that right away. And the funny thing is that they don't see that either. Okay, they just have a very specific set of actions and patterns that they have confidence in, they trust into. And so they think that they just have to continue, they just have to do more of whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, like let's say that everything functions because there's a good communication flow. This person could be the one who refuses to communicate and would rather overspend and splurge over themselves, hoping that people will going towards them. Okay, this person doesn't really like to go towards other people. This person therefore doesn't have the capacity to create opportunities for themselves. This person is a pygmy, okay? And I'm laughing because I'm seeing a blonde guy with a beard, and all of a sudden I was getting a masculine energy. So this person is in their feminine energy, but in a very distorted way, because yes, okay. Well, depends, I guess. Depends. All of a sudden I'm being reminded, like my brain automatically reminded me a specific YouTuber who is open about her life and the reality that she's going through, and she's the daughter of a so-called traditional she calls herself a Latina, and she calls her household a Latino household. I'm not going to give a class or enter into that. I'm just reporting what's being shared. And she talks about her parents, and especially her mom, not agreeing with her just being outside and mingling. And she has been telling to her viewers about how she navigates dating. And it was I don't know, I guess fascinating. I mean, she's funny, she has a good sense of humor for some stuff. It was just that way of navigating reality where she was never offered the option to work, for example, to go and seek for work, to go and rent an apartment for herself. The only option that she was ever offered was to wait to get married so that she can move into another home with her husband. And so I don't know how she plans to meet that person. Maybe social media could help. I don't know. But this is the thing. This person is betting a little bit too much. Okay, wait, let me close this. About this person being in their feminine energy. So if you want to look at that creator, the content creator, you can see it as a very traditional form of femininity in a sense. That is perhaps unusual considering that she lives in California. And I'm not saying, what I'm not seeing is that, okay, we're getting there. This person is not bowing down to any social form to be in order to be in this energy. Okay, nobody is expecting this person to be so uptight and so stingy with their energy. This person is actually expected to be way more gregarious, I'm getting, in order to make some sense. People feel like they literally have to drag this person's ass around because otherwise they just don't follow. And it's funny because when I channel this type of narratives, like, you know, lone wolf and yada yada, it was usually with a positive connotation, with a positive tone. But this card is in your non-favorable position. So I'm getting that this person kind of wants you to be in their same energy, but only for the worst, basically. Okay, this person has or is gaining. I'm seeing, like, there's the word transformation. This person has been transforming during the interaction, okay, whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not. This person is coming up with a plan, or has been coming up with a plan. Ooh, we love to see those. And so the plan is about them slowly becoming more aware of the reality of who you are and how this makes them feel. And this is key here. It's how they feel about themselves, about the situation, about their capacities, about a lot of stuff that has to do with them. And I see this person kind of wanting to operate a switch, okay? Like, they want to force a situation where you wake up feeling like them and they wake up feeling like you. And I see this person being very fucked up when it comes to doing so. So let's start with, all of a sudden, I feel like I need to dive into how we got into the situation. And then you have your centaur card talking about what the issue is about. So I see you giving advice to this person, or at least being very fair and just when it comes to this person. Like, let's say that even if you had an argument with this person, even if you were disagreeing with this person, okay, I'm really getting that you didn't go the extra mile for this person, but at the same time, you were not setting their house on fire either. You get my point? Like, even if this person gave you reasons to set their house on fire, you were still more than willing to play fair. Like, okay, we have a disagreement. All of a sudden, I'm seeing someone bumping into somebody else's car, and you're like, okay, don't worry, I have my documents. Let's just check everybody's insurance or whatever was available, and we are going to resolve this. I'm going to repay you for whatever. Like, you are okay. You know about reciprocity. I need a little bit more of this. All right, so meanwhile, this person is a little bit more used to do things the wrong way, or rather, this person is also used to betrayal. This person normalizes betrayal. But in a weird sense, like this person expects betrayal from other people, and basically the minute they enter in a connection with somebody, they just expect them to do the worst thing possible, and that is why they automatically craft their conduct accordingly to the bad behavior that they are sure that is going to be displayed. And I see that in your case, and likely in other cases too, because if that's your go-to modality, how the fuck can you even have decent people in your life? But it's like it's such a crystallized way of doing things that they just cannot stop themselves. Like, even if you were to just offer a bag of gold to this person to make up for whatever type of misunderstanding happened, this person is the type of circular thinker fucker who would still bring that up like 3 years later. Oh, but you did that one thing. Like, it's still not resolved. It was not that deep. That's what I'm getting. Like, it was not even that deep. This person wants to make this into something that will last for lifetimes, and that you actually deserve punishment for. This person wants to play karma, and it's funny as fuck because they're the one who deserves karma. So let's talk about what the issue is about. So your central card is the Lion of Nemea, and I was having a look at your clarifiers as well. I have, you don't need them. You can give this another shot, and the situation requires patience. And then your central card is this. And I see this person either walking or moving really fast, but always in a circular way. Like, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to pop up in another state anytime soon. It's just that they planted an idea, they planted a seed, they planted a seed of toxicity into the universe, and they are just coming back around each and every 5 minutes to check if, like, did it sprout? Is it like, is it there already? Has it worked already? That's what I'm trying to say. I see this person wanting to obtain results that are out of their league, at least considering how they maneuver. I see this person struggling with having control over their instincts, and that's why they need to keep people at arm's length. Okay, because if someone were to come too close for comfort, they wouldn't like what they see. I see this person observing you a lot. Okay, like, this person is deeply convinced that you owe them something, and for some reasons they don't have the balls, they don't have the ovaries to come and request that out of you, which is quite a clear indicator that their request is illegitimate as fuck. And that's why they're trying to push you in a corner. Okay? This person's behavior is going to have the type of consequences that cannot be reverted. Basically, this situation has a breaking point. Okay, this situation is not meant to break you. You are meant to break through the situation. But okay, well, the thing that I was trying to say is that when we look at the timing of the situation, this could not even be taking a lot of space, relatively speaking. But when a situation is particularly annoying and too close for comfort, each and every 5 minutes can feel like lifetimes, and not the best type of way. Because we also have this Ganymede. This talks about long processes and basically situations where you have to just stand up alone in front of somebody who just pretends that they are not listening. This person knows that they are crooked as fuck, okay? It's just that they thrive of the illusion that as long as you don't know, everything is fine. But you've been knowing for a while, or you are meant to know exactly what they are. And this is something that they cannot undo. And I see that this is also something that scares them, that someone knows exactly who they are. I see that this person is also scared. Ooh, you're going to tell somebody. And once that is done, it's going to be too late. Like, this person knows that their image is tampered, is tainted, but at the same time, why would you taint it yourself? If you care about your reputation, prove it. Don't try and fuck up other people's life for fun. Okay, some of us know exactly what's going on. I have expect a surprise, and I see divine intervention truly showing up for you as a third party, someone who virtually has nothing to do with the situation, but also has the power to enter the closed realm. Okay, because this is happening. Okay, this character right here, there's a whole reading about this card where I also give insight on the myth of this guy. Okay, I have videos about like this of almost all the cards. More are going to come, but what I'm trying to say is that this character right here is the bum, okay, of the deck. Okay, when this card comes out and I have to talk about anyone embodying this type of characteristics, this is like the lowest form of humanity that one could possibly aspire to be. Okay, this guy was dirty as fuck. This guy was stuck in his own ways. This guy was stuck inside of a cave, not going anywhere. And they were actually deploying and investing a lot of time into preparing their cave to receive their victims, and then they would torture people for fun. Until a king, like, and this is the thing, they thought that, okay, they had their own little bubble, and inside of their own little bubble that could be like 2 meters square, they would call themselves a king. Then once they're out, they're all meek and quiet. And then the minute an actual king were to enter their little bubble, all of a sudden they look like shit. Why? Because there's body everywhere else. Because there's body everywhere. Because everybody else is now tiptoeing around them, and they're coming off as pretty intolerant, and they're acting like some uptight gatekeeper, basically. Okay, this is the thing. This person likes to dangle stuff that is of value in the face of other people, and it's because they hope that these people would chase them And this is why they self-isolate so much. Okay, it's not even to self-recharge, it's like they self-isolate and you would think that they are resting, and they're actually stressing the fuck out and just checking constantly their phone, constantly checking their emails, constantly checking the street, constantly checking the cars that are passing by, and see if it works. Okay, is anyone chasing them just yet? So I don't see that working really well, and we saw that in the beginning of the reading. I used to have pay attention to the synchronicities, and all of a sudden I'm hearing the, what's the word, the concha. In English I need it. The seashell that you can use as a trumpet. So it's like the sky is going to rip open on this person's hidden agenda, and it's like, okay, you wanted to steal the spotlight, your turn to shine. Yeah. And it's like you kind of have to move through thick darkness, and that's why you need to realize that the moment of the breakthrough is 100% of the way. Okay, just like anything, but this person doesn't want you to know that your creations, your family, your wish fulfillment, your manifestation, your projects, your startup, your endeavor, your business can 100% be successful. But the thing is that you may be one of those people who do things correctly. Like, if you know how to manage transparency, especially nowadays, you can literally sell it as plus value in your business. But you need to know how to manage that, because it can bite you in the ass. And this is what triggers this person, because if you happen to be successful, they were never going to be successful with this attitude. But they want to pretend that it's because of you. Because group number 2 dare to do things the correct way, and therefore I will not be able to do things the wrong way. How unfair. Third eye chakra, okay? This person is playing with smokes and mirrors. They want you to see something, they want you to believe something, they want you to make mistakes in a certain area. And it's all about realizing that this person is embodying the same old rotten energy each and every single day. Each and every single one of their action is nothing but an extension of how rotten they are on the inside. Once that is set in stone, it will become pretty easily to not only predict their next moves, because surprise, surprise, but also to start removing your energy from the situation. Okay? Cleanse, purge, remove. It works the same way, whichever type of situation. If you insist in some cases, because if the situation is too suffocating, this can become a literal battle for you. Okay, let's say that this person has access to certain areas of your life. It's extremely stressful to have to deal with someone like that, and so it becomes even more difficult to find time, space, and mental capacity to take care of your energy. Okay, sometimes it's just about taking the conscious time to do things, but if you have a constant negative influence, of course that's harder. Okay, so you're going to know the intensity depending on how much access this person has to your zone of comfort. But if this person doesn't even have access to your zone of comfort, this is just confirmation that you have full power. Okay, sometimes spirit lifts off the magic touch because you need to experience things as a human. If you're spiritually protected, you might have experienced moments of drought. Like, you are in your flow, you can feel your juices, you can feel yourself, and then all of a sudden, everything seems to slow down. And I used to panic in those type of moments when I was a teenager. I was like, oh my god, my magic is gone. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then I would also become slightly self-destructive, to be honest. Eventually, because I just let cycle and things happen to me at some point in life, I realized that there's a meaning to this as well. Okay, if you identify as a divine being having a human experience, what's the point if you are not even going to have the human experience part of it? Okay, because once you start adopting divine overview, it can be very healing, extremely healing. You start seeing the bigger picture, and you just don't dive too deep into smaller situations. You just see them for what they are, and it's just a minor mechanism of a bigger clock. And this is literally what happens with the situation. You are being asked to be patient because you need to experience this person's energy. Spirit is removing the total protection. You're still protected, okay? You can still come back around. You can still come back on top. You can still heal yourself, basically. And I see you healing yourself pretty fast once you are no longer forced to be even curious about what this person is about. Once you know, okay? And that is when you are going to start again receiving plenty. But you cannot always be in these auspicious, in this fruitful energy all the time, because that becomes unhealthy. Even the most positive and hopeful energy can become detrimental if that is the only way you can exist. Okay, you need to learn how to exist for the sake of it. And this is more or less what's happening. Okay, and there is something that you need to experience, even if it's negative, if it's going, the situation is going to leave you with a sour taste about this person, about people in general. But don't worry. Okay, whatever it's going to come in is also going to restore your sense of justice and hope and beauty also in humanity and humans in general. Okay, this person is showing you the ugly side of being around people, and sometimes that happens. Okay, so I'm going to wrap things up for group number 2. And just pay attention to the synchronicities. I guess that I talked about this, the seashell. You're going to know once the magic is restored, but I'm getting that it's likely going to be total. Like, you are going to feel different. Your energy is going to feel different, and synchronicities are going to appear all at the same time. Okay, so it's like perfect correspondence between your internal state and whatever it is that is going on. And it doesn't mean that you having a moment of weakness wasn't aligned. Okay, this is also something that for some of you need to understand. Okay, that was a necessary part of the process. Remember that yes, you can be connected to the divine, But at the end of the day, as humans, we can only hope to be antennas, okay? And we can become really shiny and happy and grateful antennas, but the minute you forget that that's your role, then that is where you start disconnecting from the truth. You start disconnecting from source. You start thinking that actually, it's all in your hands. And more often than not, it isn't, but doesn't mean that you cannot control what is actually in your hands. Okay, and sometimes it's as simple as maintaining awareness of how you were evolving through a situation and why, and practice gratitude for all the phases of the journey. This is still something that is divinely guided, and you are gaining experience, and through you the divine is also gaining experience, and this can definitely enhance your sense of control over the situation. Okay, this person is no god, and I'm also getting that this person is actually a little bit forsaken by God. Okay, this person is not meant to experience any miracle anytime soon, but you do. Bye.